The National Electrical Code Section 410.4 addresses general installation requirements, stating that luminaires shall be installed in accordance with the listing and the manufacturer's instructions. Section 410.12b states that listed or labeled luminaires shall be listed or labeled by a qualified testing agency. The labels shall include the listing authority, the control number, and the marking suitable for damp locations or suitable for wet locations when appropriate. Section 410.24 on power sources states that luminaires shall be connected to a branch circuit meeting the requirements of Article 210. The voltage applied to a luminaire shall not exceed its rated voltage. Section 410.32d addresses the use of flexible cords and cables, stating they shall be protected from physical damage. The specific undercabinet puck light kit must be UL listed for the intended application, including the use of a field-installed plug and insulation piercing connector. The exposed cable between the puck light and the flush receptacle must be protected from physical damage, such as by using a cable protector or conduit. The insulation piercing connectors used to join the cable to the plug must be UL listed for the specific cable type and application. If the undercabinet area is not a dry location, the puck lights and all associated components must be rated for damp locations. When installing undercabinet puck lights, it is important to firstly review the UL listing. Obtain a copy of the UL listing for the undercabinet puck light kit to verify that it meets all applicable requirements. Secondly, check for physical protection. Ensure that the exposed cable is properly protected from physical damage. Thirdly, use appropriate connectors. Use UL listed insulation piercing connectors that are designed for the specific cable type and application. Fourthly, consider the damp location rating. If necessary, choose puck lights and components that are rated for damp locations. Follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully for installation, including any specific requirements for using field-installed plugs and insulated piercing connectors. When choosing and installing undercabinet puck lights, there are several important things to keep in mind to ensure safety and code compliance. These include the UL listing, physical protection, connectors, damp location rating, and manufacturer's instructions. Firstly, the UL listing indicates that the product has been tested and meets safety standards. Make sure the specific undercabinet puck light kit is UL listed for its intended use. This includes the use of field-installed plugs and insulation piercing connectors if that's part of the installation. Obtain a copy of the UL listing to confirm it meets all applicable requirements. Secondly, physical protection. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, requires that flexible cords and cables be protected from physical damage. The exposed cable between the puck light and the receptacle needs protection. This can be achieved with a cable protector or conduit. Thirdly, connectors are critical. The insulation piercing connectors must be UL listed for the specific cable type and application. Using the wrong connector can create a safety hazard. Fourthly, consider the environment. If the undercabinet area is not a dry location, the puck lights and all components must be rated for damp locations. Finally, always follow the manufacturer's instructions. These instructions provide crucial details for safe and correct installation, including any specific requirements for using field-installed plugs and insulated piercing connectors. These considerations are important for safe and code-compliant installation. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines for electrical installations to ensure safety. Several sections are particularly relevant to installing undercabinet puck lights. Section 410.4 covers general installation requirements. It states that luminaires must be installed according to the listing and manufacturer's instructions. This means you must follow the instructions provided with the puck lights. Section 410.12b addresses listed or labeled luminaires. Luminaires must be listed or labeled by a qualified testing agency like UL. The label includes the listing authority, control number, and suitability for damp or wet locations if applicable. Section 410.24 discusses power sources. Luminaires must be connected to a branch circuit that meets the requirements of Article 210. The voltage applied to the luminaire should not exceed its rated voltage. This means ensuring the lights are connected to a suitable 120-volt circuit. Section 410.32d focuses on protecting flexible cords and cables. These must be protected from physical damage. In summary, ensure the puck lights are listed, installed per instructions, connected to the correct power source, and that cables are protected. Additional considerations beyond the NEC requirements can further enhance safety and code compliance. Firstly, verify the UL listing. The UL listing ensures the product has been tested for safety. Check that the Undercabinet puck light kit is specifically listed for its intended application. This includes the use of field-installed plugs and insulation piercing connectors. Secondly, ensure physical protection. Protect the exposed cable between the puck light and the receptacle from physical damage. Cable protectors or conduit can provide this protection. Thirdly, use appropriate connectors. Use UL-listed insulation piercing connectors designed for the specific cable type and application. This ensures a safe and reliable connection. Fourthly, consider the location environment. If the undercabinet area is potentially damp, use puck lights and components rated for damp locations. This prevents electrical hazards. Always follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. These instructions provide specific guidance for installation and any unique requirements for the product. The combination of NEC compliance and these additional considerations results in a safe and code-compliant installation of undercabinet puck lights. The National Electrical Code is a comprehensive set of standards. It's important to focus on the sections most relevant to the task at hand. When dealing with undercabinet puck lights, several articles and sections are particularly important. First, consider Article 410. This article covers luminaires, lampholders, and lamps. It provides general requirements for installing lighting fixtures. Section 410.4a, as mentioned earlier, emphasizes following the listing and manufacturer's instructions. This is a fundamental principle in electrical work. Section 410.12b reiterates the importance of using listed or labeled luminaires. This ensures the product has been tested and certified for safety. Section 410.24 addresses power sources. It's crucial to connect the lights to a branch circuit that meets the requirements of Article 210. Also, the voltage supplied to the luminaire must not exceed its rating. Section 410.32d highlights the need to protect flexible cords and cables from physical damage. This is a practical consideration to prevent electrical hazards. Beyond Article 410, Article 210 is also relevant. This article covers branch circuits. Ensure the circuit you are using for the puck lights is appropriately rated for the load. Other relevant articles include Article 110, which covers general requirements for electrical installations. It provides essential guidelines for safe and proper work. Also, Article 300 addresses wiring methods. This article provides requirements for how wiring is installed and protected. Understanding these key NEC articles and sections is essential for a safe and compliant undercabinet puck light installation. To delve deeper into the technical aspects, let's explore the specific requirements for insulation piercing connectors. Insulation piercing connectors, or IPCs, are commonly used to tap into existing wires without cutting or stripping them. However, it's crucial to use the right type of IPC and install it correctly. Firstly, the IPC must be UL listed for the specific cable type and application. Using an unlisted or incompatible connector can create a fire hazard. Secondly, the IPC must be properly sized for the wire gauge. Using an undersized connector can damage the wire, while an oversized connector may not make a good connection. Thirdly, the IPC must be installed using the correct tools and techniques. Follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. Over-tightening the connector can damage the wire, while under-tightening can result in a loose connection. Fourthly, inspect the connection after installation to ensure it's secure and that the insulation has been properly pierced. Fifthly, consider the environment. If the connection is exposed to moisture, use a waterproof IPC or protect the connection with sealant. When used correctly, IPC can be a convenient and reliable way to connect wires. However, it's essential to understand the requirements and follow best practices to ensure a safe and code-compliant installation. In addition to connectors, physical protection of the wiring is paramount. The NEC requires that flexible cords and cables be protected from physical damage. This is especially important in undercabinet applications where the wiring may be exposed to impacts, abrasion, or other hazards. Firstly, consider using a cable protector. Cable protectors are designed to shield the wiring from physical damage. They come in various shapes and sizes to accommodate different types of cables. Secondly, use conduit. Conduit provides a rigid protective pathway for the wiring. It's available in metal and non-metal versions. Thirdly, secure the wiring properly. Secure the wiring to the cabinet using cable clamps or other approved methods. This prevents the wiring from moving or rubbing against sharp edges. Fourthly, route the wiring carefully. Avoid routing the wiring near heat sources or areas where it could be pinched or crushed. Fifthly, inspect the wiring regularly. Check for any signs of damage such as cuts, abrasions, or exposed conductors. Damaged wiring should be repaired or replaced immediately. Protecting the wiring from physical damage is essential for preventing electrical hazards and ensuring a long-lasting, reliable installation. Let's consider the impact of damp locations on undercabinet lighting. If the undercabinet area is not considered a dry location, it's essential to use puck lights and components rated for damp locations. Damp locations are areas subject to moderate degrees of moisture, such as kitchens, bathrooms, and laundry rooms. Firstly, use luminaires listed for damp locations. These luminaires are designed to withstand moisture and prevent electrical hazards. Secondly, use wiring and connectors rated for damp locations. These components are made from materials that resist corrosion and moisture damage. Thirdly, consider using ground fault circuit interrupter protection. Ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, protect against electrical shock by detecting ground faults and interrupting the circuit. Fourthly, ensure proper ventilation. Adequate ventilation can help reduce moisture buildup in the undercabinet area. Fifthly, inspect the installation regularly. Check for any signs of moisture damage, such as corrosion or water stains. Using components rated for damp locations and taking precautions to minimize moisture exposure will help ensure a safe and reliable installation. Regarding manufacturer's instructions, these instructions are a critical resource for safe and correct installation. They provide specific guidance for the product, including any unique requirements or precautions. Firstly, read the instructions carefully before beginning the installation. Do not assume that you know how to install the product without reading the instructions. Secondly, follow the instructions step by step. Do not skip steps or deviate from the instructions. Thirdly, pay attention to warnings and cautions. These warnings and cautions highlight potential hazards and provide guidance on how to avoid them. Fourthly, use the correct tools and materials. The instructions may specify certain tools or materials that are required for the installation. Fifthly, if you have any questions, contact the manufacturer. The manufacturer can provide clarification or assistance with any aspect of the installation. Following the manufacturer's instructions will help ensure a safe, code-compliant, and reliable installation.